Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Welcome to this new video on Bitcoin. As you can hear, or at least hopefully you can hear, my voice is back a little bit more. So at least talking for me is a bit easier. But wanted to do a full Bitcoin update here in preparation of next week. Last week was a little bit, well, last week was actually pretty fine. I mean, if you talk about Wednesday or if you talk about Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, we still had some nice price action. And then after that, it was, some coins moved nicely, but most coins did not do much. And honestly, I still expect kind of the same for next week, all right? Obviously, next week is the last week of the year. We're entering 2025, and then historically, if you take a look at the price action during a week like that, you don't get a lot. Or you don't get a lot of volatility. Outside of that, if we take a look at the economic calendar, you can also see that, well, on Thursday we have initial jobless claims. So that might make the market move, but that's probably going to be minimal. So yeah, today I wanted to look at a couple of things. First of all, and I think I talked about this briefly yesterday already as well, is that right now, if you take a look at the volume in the markets, it is ridiculously low. All right, it's around $80 billion right now in the markets. For Bitcoin, it's around $22 billion. It's down about 45% from yesterday. This is bound to increase again. All right, right now it's at the lowest point it's been at since the end of October. I think it was also this low. This is going to increase again. But what that means with all of that new volume and all of that new capital flowing into the markets and making the market move, that means it will make the market move much, much more, because the proportion, the capital in proportion to the volume we have right now, and probably also the order book depth is much, much higher, right? So that's going to cause volatility. That's something you should know. And that's in general, well, it's also an opportunity, right? Because volatility, in the end, if you're trading, is our best friend. But there's a couple of things I wanted to look at. First of all, if we go all the way back to last year, you can see the price action was very, very stable. It was basically right here. This was the last week of the year. We did not get much, and then after that we had some bullish momentum and a drop, but that was also very much fueled by the Bitcoin ETF. Right, so I don't think this price action means anything for this year. Obviously, we still have Trump's inauguration later in January. That might make the market move, and hopefully it will. But that's too far in the future to already talk about too much right now in my eyes. So the big question is, and that is the main question that we've been talking about for the last couple of videos, and that is, can we actually hold this level right here between 92 and 94,000? Now, does that matter that much in the longer term? No, because I still do think that in 2025 we can actually make higher highs and we can get into 110, 120,000 and higher. Who knows, all right? But those price targets I still do expect. But the thing is that we're looking at the daily time frame right now. If we were able to hold this level around 92,000, you could still make the argument that on the daily time frame we are trending up, and then we could do something like this, right? So then very, very early on we could break above 99 and 100,000 and get up to 100, 110 and 120,000, let's say in January, and that is a realistic scenario. But for that, we'd need to hold this level between 94 and 92,000. And if we are unable to do so, so if we drop down to the next support level here at 89 and 86,000, on the daily time frame we've lost the uptrend, and then it becomes more likely that we actually have to consolidate for a bit longer before we can get another strong move up, right? So then all of a sudden we're talking about February, March, in which we can get another move up, which, like I said, in the end, does it really matter? In the long term, no. But on the short term, it really does matter. And all of that, whether we can actually hold this level, yes or no, depends a lot on the fundamentals in the next 2 weeks, and especially in the first week of 2025. And that's something we'll have to see, right? I would say stock markets overall are still bullish. But then we look at the dollar strength index, that's also bullish, which is not great. The USDT dominance is very much in between. Like is this bullish? Is this bearish? We'll see. I would say it's still leaning bearish for now. But you could also argue that this is a bullish reversal. So a lot of these fundamentals are kind of in between, are kind of neutral here. And that's why I would say purely technically and based on how much strength we're getting from this level right now, I would say we're going to be able to hold this level up here. All right, and that we're actually able to consolidate here, and that at some point of time we'll get some sort of a move up to 102,000, and from there we'll see. So that's my preliminary prediction, but honestly, I'm prepared for both scenarios, right? And I'll still keep you updated on this, especially tomorrow. We'll probably have some of that capital back in the markets, and we'll have some sort of a direction. So I would say this is most likely. Be ready for the move down to 89 and 86,000 though. I think there's some major buy opportunities down there. And even though I don't think that's most likely right now, I do think that's something you have to keep your eyes on and you have to take into account at least. But those are my thoughts. That's sort of thing you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.